I think we'd all be better off if you stopped doing work. Just quit. Let the glass of water with a D on it do the heavy lifting, Karine. Just go away. And maybe, if she wants to claim that she loves public service so much, she can go work at the DMV or push some papers around. I'm sure there's another obsolete job that she can do so she can take care of that baby she bought with her ex-girlfriend. What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this with a friend. Let's go. Karine Jean-Pierre, such an obnoxious, condescending, smug little spin doctor, doing all the dirty work for the White House, an absolute weasel she is, and Jen Psaki, her predecessor, because they replaced Raggedy Ann with Blackety Ann. But Jen Psaki, she did smoothly transition right into a nice cable TV news role so she could keep pumping out the propaganda, and I think, just my tinfoil hat take on the situation, I think they got rid of Psaki because they knew what they were about to do. They knew what they were embarking on. Their plan for America was so dark and despicable, they had to make sure their mouthpiece checked all the boxes, or almost all the boxes. They had to put the transformer in charge of health because nothing says health like an old man in a dress. But as far as Psaki is concerned, she was a woman, but that wasn't going to be enough. It didn't work for Hillary, and they took extra special care to make sure that problem didn't happen again. They fortified the election. You remember that? These people might not vote the way we want them to, so we gotta fix that situation. Different story. Psaki was a white woman. She had a husband. She had a family. Not good. We gotta get her out of here. We need a black woman, one who likes women, but not just any women. She likes CNN personalities. It's the perfect propaganda couple, and they adopted a kid, and as luck would have it, they are now divorced or split up or whatever you want to call it. So the White House magically has themselves a single black lesbian mother. They totally hit the jackpot. And now she speaks for the White House. She is going to spin everything. And whether she tells the truth or not is totally irrelevant, because calling her out on anything is a violation. We all know that there are only a few reasons that you could possibly have to disagree with a woman this high up on the grievance chart. She also kind of counterbalances the centuries-old resident of the United States of America, Bo Jiden, who damn near built the structure of racism that we're constantly hearing about. And here she is being asked a question concerning inflation because, like I've said plenty of times, prices on everything skyrocket. They go through the roof, then they come down a tiny bit, and you're supposed to be thankful you saved 16 cents and you got an extra 16th of a tank of gas, so they take the credit. From the Forbes Breaking News YouTube channel, let's not forget what's been happening. Karine Jean-Pierre asked about inflation under Biden administration.
Get it.
Thanks, Karine. I want to ask you about inflation. So you mentioned the price of eggs, milk, and gas are down over the past year, but what do you say to Americans who are looking at the month that President Biden came into office? Eggs are up 24%, milk is up 17%, all types of gas is up 37%, and the prices overall are up 17%.
Exactly, but these people think that you can't remember what you had for breakfast, and any sort of pattern recognition, as the saying goes, is a conspiracy theory. So you want to talk about the gas prices back in 2021 when Biden took office? That was 5 months ago, Jack, or whatever he says. We are talking about, the prices came down in the last 60 days, so you got to give us credit for that, right?
The president actually spoke to this not too long ago, I believe on Tuesday, actually, just a couple days ago, and he says we know there's more work to be done, right? And that things are still unaffordable. And so while the prices, as you just mentioned, of eggs and gas and milk and toys and TVs are down, especially in this time as we're headed into a holiday season.
They're down compared to maybe six or 8 months ago, but they're up in the long haul, and they're not going back down. We are not returning to normal, as they say.
In the holiday season, there's more work to be done. and that's important. And that's why we're fighting to lower insulin. That's why we talk about junk fees and how we can save Americans money, right? That's why we continue to talk about health insurance premiums. That's why the president's going to make an announcement about what we were able to do with one of the provisions that's in the Inflation Reduction Act that only Democrats voted for, not Republicans, in order for seniors to get rebates on their Medicare. So all of those things are.
Yeah, you got to pay your fair share, Jack. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden hadn't paid taxes in a decade.
Truly important. And so that's why he's doing everything that he can to do that. And you have Republicans on the other side of the aisle, right, who are talking about cutting taxes for the wealthy, big corporations, right, who are talking about cutting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. So the president's going to continue to fight for the American people, continue to make sure they have a.
The president's not doing anything. That man can barely put together a sentence. We don't know who's pulling the strings behind the curtain, but it's not Beau Biden.
Little bit of breathing room. Is there more work to be done? Absolutely. But we have seen some prices go down in all of the products that I just listed. We have. There's still more work to be done, and we're going to continue to do that work.
But I want to ask you about
right,
the transition.
and that matters, right? It matters that we're not.
Oh, the prices have gone down in the last couple months. That matters, right? That matters, right? So after everything doubled, tripled in prices, it came down a couple cents, right? You got to give us credit.
No, wait, it matters. Let's not forget what has been happening almost 2 years now, right? Putin's war right, but that has caused inflation. That has caused prices to go up, right? And so the president took action to make sure gas prices went down, which they have, right? And we're coming out of this pandemic. So all of those things have been part of where inflation is. But inflation is moderating. The president's going to continue to make sure that we lower cost and lower prices on those goods that you just listed out.
So it's pretty predictable that she's going to blame Putin for the prices going up, but she's going to take the credit when the prices come down a tiny bit. Also, I don't know why she's dressed up like she's going to a college football game or something. But when all else fails, blame Putin. When racism and the sun monster don't work, it's got to be Russia. Lady, you got to stop. We're on to a new war now. Ukraine is old news. You gave away all of our money. They still have their hand out, and you want to give them even more. And you want to blame all of that on Russia somehow. And like she said several times in that clip, there's more work to be done, which doesn't sound great to me. I think we'd all be better off if you stopped doing work. Just quit. Let the glass of water with a D on it do the heavy lifting, Karine. Just go away. And maybe, if she wants to claim that she loves public service so much, she can go work at the DMV or push some papers around. I'm sure there's another obsolete job that she can do so she can take care of that baby she bought with her ex-girlfriend.